Hola. Happy Friday, everybody. Wasn't this a great day today around here? It's probably one of the last nice days we're going to have, isn't it? Anyway, welcome. I'm Rick Arsenal, and welcome to another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel, live and direct from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. As you know, first things first, please get down there in that corner, whichever side it's on now. I know YouTube has been switching some things around lately. Get down there anyway, smash that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends the next subscriber will be the winner. And if you're already a subscriber, you know what you're going to win. Okay. Baseball. In an interview that Tarik Skubal, of course, was named to his second consecutive Cy Young Award the other night, along with Paul Skeens of the Pirates for the National League, he did a kind of a roundtable discussion online with some reporters. What interesting what he had to say, why in the extra inning loss in Game 5 to the Mariners. Of course, the Tigers had a 2-1 lead going into the bottom of the seventh inning. Essentially took himself out of the game. And he started like he didn't want to have to face Jorge Polanco again. Look, the dude's 29 years old, folks. Do you really want to give him? There's no way on God's green earth I'm going to give him a 10-year contract for $400 million. You'd have to be on Thorazine if you're going to do something like that. And after the bizarre things that his agent had to say the other day at the general manager meetings in Las Vegas, sounded like Scott Boras was on Thorazine right now. This is nuts. Problem is with Boras right now, he realizes with each passing day, the next collective bargaining agreement will have some sort of a salary cap structure in it, which will prohibit him from getting the money that he initially thought he was going to get for Tarik Skubal. He knows if they wait until after that new contract is agreed upon, there's no way on God's green earth he's going to get $400 million for his client. And not happening. I'm sure if you asked him now, he would just assume that he re-signed with the Tigers. And of course, Skubal's saying all the right things. He likes it here. He'd like to stay here. He likes AJ Hinch and his pitching coach, Chris Fetter. I understand all that, but I don't think they're trading him this offseason. I think they're going to make another run at it. I think they're going to sign a couple of free agents. That's just, again, that's merely conjecture on my part. Thank you. Just remember, December the 1st, a year from now, December the 1st of 2026 is when the lockout will be initiated. Okay. We've talked about this before. I'm not going to get into it now, but the closer we get to it, we talk some hot stove league later this winter. We'll talk about that. Okay. I think that's all the baseball we're going to do right now. I just can't. If you haven't heard it, Google what Scott Boras said about two of his clients at the general manager meetings, Tarik Skubal and Pete Alonso. Sounded like Bozo the Clown or something. And this guy has completely lost it. Anyway, sponsors. As you know, I'm so proud to welcome the Finish Line Family Restaurant to our family of sponsors here. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Been a staple in our community, our general area now, the county, actually, for the last 40 years plus. And again, they're expanded hours now of Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. New menu items. I can't wait to try all these items. Carl's Cajun Chicken Wrap. They've got a new special BLT on steroids, if you will. Something called a Darcy Burger. Coming soon, they've got some new daily specials like homemade spinach and artichoke dip, a grilled cheeseburger with a brisket blended burger mix. This all sounds mouthwatering. I can't wait to try all of this stuff. And as I said, it's got everything you want in a restaurant. Friendly atmosphere, friendly family atmosphere, great fast service, bright prices, award-winning breakfast. Yeah, it's got everything you want in a restaurant. They haven't been around this long if they haven't been doing something right. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. And remember, those expanded hours, Monday, Thursday, and Friday night, they're open till 8 o'clock. And remember, when you eat at the finish line, you'll always finish first. And I'll see you there, okay? Okay. We're also brought to you in part by... You think this is water in here? It is. Yeah. We're also brought to you in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. 517-849-2886. Special doings tomorrow and Sunday as the crack of dawn tomorrow morning will open the 2-week, 15-day firearm deer hunting period here in Michigan. Jerome Country Market will have the 15th, 16th annual Buck Bowl there for all the hunters, sponsored by Beck Chevrolet. Tomorrow and Sunday, there will be representatives from Beck Chevrolet out there. WCSR will be broadcasting out there. That will be the action. That's where all the action is this weekend. The Jerome Country Market. And good luck to all your hunters. Just remember, again, the Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville for a really great deal on a car. Get out there and see those guys. Chevy drives Southern Michigan, Chevrolet together. Let's drive. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 selling Chevrolet dealer in our immediate tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barron Insurance in downtown Jonesville on the corner of M99 and US 12. I'd be running out of water here. That's BarrettINS.com. Barron Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. Again, in downtown Jonesville on the corner of M99 and US 12. 517-849-1000. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. That's BarrettINS.com. Okay. Basketball. Hockey. Red Wings got a much-needed win last night over the red-hot Anaheim Ducks, 6-3. They looked a lot better than they had in their previous few games. They had 3 days to work on some things. Kudos to head coach Todd McClellan. Looked like he might have got some things ironed out. I especially noticed how now they're getting more traffic in front of the net. That obviously makes a difference offensively. Gibson was pretty good in goal last night. So much needed win for the Wings. They're in second place in the Atlantic Division. They're 2 points out of first. Okay. Pistons play tonight. Come in looking to keep the winning streak going. They're 8-2 now. So they've won 6 in a row. Yeah. They got a 2.5 game lead over Philly and Cleveland now in the Eastern Conference. Like I said, they go for 7 in a row tonight, but they're still banged up. Tip-off was a little bit after 7. Now, the Sixers are going to be missing a couple of key players too, but the last time I checked this injury list for the Pistons, 4 players that have already been listed as out for the night. Tobias Harris with an ankle. Jaden Ivey was at the shoot-around this morning. Okay, that's good, but he's still out yet. Marcus Sasser, a hip impingement, and Asar Thompson with a right ankle sprain. Questionable for tonight. As of 1:30 this afternoon, Jalen Duren with an ankle. Cade Cunningham left hip contusion or bruise. Probably very painful. Isaiah Stewart with a left ankle sprain. The Pistons certainly going to be hoping they have these guys on the floor tonight. Last time we looked, they were 4.5 or 5.5 point favorites. So let's hope they keep it going tonight. One of our colleagues, I believe, Andy Brown, will be in attendance at the game tonight. So hopefully he'll bring back a victory with him after the game tonight. Yeah, Pistons hope to keep it going tonight. I heard an interview this morning with the head coach and Bickerstaff. Well, this guy, they were so fortunate to have him or get him after Cleveland. Still, I don't understand why the Cavaliers let him get away, but they did. This is one of the smartest, best coaches in the NBA right now. And we're so fortunate. All of the coaches in Detroit right now are great, very good. All four of them. Oh, good. College basketball. Michigan State had a big win last night. I think Michigan plays tonight. Last I looked, the Wolverines were ranked number 6 in the AP poll. State, I think, is 21 or 22. I'll have more on that next week. College football. Noon tomorrow on Fox, nationally televised game. Michigan playing Northwestern at Wrigley Field. And I don't know why. For football, they can barely, with a shoehorn, they can barely get 35,000 people in there. Maybe Northwestern doesn't get that many people in attendance at any game they play in at home. Probably why they're playing at Wrigley. I guess I'm kind of dating myself when I say I remember when the Chicago Bears used to play all their games there. That was, it was about 60 years ago, I guess. I do remember that. Anyway, last time I looked, Michigan was favored by about 11.5. They shouldn't have any problem tomorrow. But again, if they take this team lightly like they did Purdue, they're going to get beat. I'm telling you that right now. They certainly aren't going to cover this 11.5 point spread. The Michigan has just been so darn inconsistent, especially with that offense. They've got Northwestern tomorrow. Then they go to Maryland. And, of course, 2 days after Thanksgiving, they've got Ohio State here. I'm sure there'll be underdogs like they were last year, but they ended up winning the game. And somebody talking about, was it my dentist last week? He said, I don't give them much of a chance to beat Ohio State this year. And I said, well, we did last year, and look what happened. He agreed to that. But anyhow, that's where we're at. Let's, before we get to the Lions, wrap this up, get you out of here, head out of your weekend. Let's do this. As you know, I wouldn't be doing this show without the patience, the knowledge, cooperation of Tim Lindley, Lendley, and his staff at Quality PC at downtown Hillsdale at 37 Walter Street. 517-610-5372, directly across the street from Back Jacks Automotive. They more than capable of resolving any technical issues you have. This is the only place in our area. I can't stress enough. There is no other place to go. Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. Tech services. Boy, are we lucky to have a place like this among us. 37 Walter Street, downtown Hillsdale. Like I said, anything, computers, new or used, flat screen TV, mounting, programming setup. Perhaps you're changing internet providers. You need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all. Get in there and see them. Like I said, he and his staff are more than capable of resolving any issues, tech issues that you have. Okay. Like I said, 517-610-5372, or you better yet, get in there and see them at 37 Walter Street in downtown Hillsdale. And when you do, tell them Rick and Mickey sent you, will you? Thank you very much. Lions. This line has gone from 1.5 to 2.5. It's back to 1.5 now. Eagles minus 1.5. In other words, it's a toss-up. Okay, the home team gets 3 points, but both teams, as you saw in the headlines, are banged up, pretty well banged up on both sides. Eagles offensive line, the Lions offensive line, Lions secondary. The keys to the game, I think, is in the running game. If the Lions can hold Saquon Barkley to less than 100 yards, and their guy Gibbs and Montgomery can run for about 150 yards, I think the Lions win this game. That's not a prediction. I'm saying I think. I'll do that tomorrow morning with Andy and Jed on the Timeout show here. But Jack Campbell, Jack Campbell. That's the Lions linebacker. Dan Campbell. I don't do that very often. Too many Campbells. Are they eating Campbell's soup? I don't know. Dan Campbell, we didn't know. He said last week he was going to make some tweaks, okay? We didn't know until we actually saw him. The game started, we saw him on the sidelines with his play sheet and his reading glasses on, calling plays. We weren't really aware of what he was going to do until then. As I said, I think he handled that whole transition with a lot of class. He didn't throw anybody under the bus. Yesterday, with his weekly session with the media, Lions offensive coordinator, John Morton, certainly isn't bitter. He said he's willing to do anything to give them a better chance to win. Okay, just win. That's all he's interested in. Then I don't think he'll be here after this season. We'll see, but that's just my opinion. Good man. I'm sure he might end up back in Denver next year, working for Sean Payton. Dan Campbell is he might be the smartest coach in the NFL. As far as calling plays, look at the NFC North. All four coaches are calling plays. Campbell is calling plays. Kevin O'Connell calls plays in Minnesota. O'Connell's calling the plays. Matt LaFleur, although there are a lot of irate Packer fans that think he should relinquish that, and then maybe, I don't know. And of course, Ben Johnson with the Bears. You look, even Kansas City, even the Chiefs, former Bear coach, pardon me, Matt Nagy, is their offensive coordinator. But Andy Reid is calling the plays. Maybe I better take some water here. I think. Hey, no, I know what you're saying. They beat the Commanders, whose defense has been decimated with injuries. And the Lions scored, and they had 8 possessions. They scored on all 8 possessions. It won't be the same Sunday night. Clash of the Titans, if you will. Yeah, I don't think these are the 2 best teams in the NFC. I think the 2 best teams in the NFC are playing on the other side of the country, the Rams and the Seahawks. In fact, I wish that were the game of the week at 4:30, but it's not. What an entertaining game that should be. I think those are the 2 best teams in the NFC, maybe all the NFL right now, the Rams and Seahawks. 2 very good teams. And that could very well be an NFC championship preview. That game. Yeah, they're that good, both of them. As far as the Lions go, like I said, it looks like Sam Laporte is out. I doubt very much he's going to play in this game. He hasn't practiced all week. I have a lot of faith in Brock Wright, his backup, and I'm sure Dan Campbell does too, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. Sewell and Decker both playing, although they haven't practiced much this week. Amik Robertson is questionable. DJ Reed and Marcus Davenport, although they are back practicing, aren't quite ready to go yet. I think they'll both be back for Thanksgiving against the Packers. One guy who will be back and playing is Malcolm Rodriguez, linebacker. He should make a difference, especially on special teams. I think so. No, it should be a good game. I think it'll be a relatively low-scoring game. The only question I have now, ongoing soap opera with the Eagles, with A.J. Brown voicing his displeasure with the play calling. I think he'd like to see Nick Sirianni assume the play calling. That's not going to happen. Uh, they say one bad apple spoils the whole barrel. We'll find out if that's true, I guess, maybe Sunday night. But he was asked again, too, after he said all the things that he said, if he wanted to walk anything back. He said he's not apologizing for anything he said. He doesn't regret anything he said up until now. So it's an ongoing soap opera. Is it causing any dissension in the Eagles locker room? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out about all that. That's going to do it. Big weekend in sports. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to the Wings. They play Buffalo tomorrow night. Good luck to the Pistons. They're playing the 76ers tonight. Good luck to Michigan tomorrow, playing Northwestern. Good luck to Michigan State, playing Penn State. Good luck to the Lions Sunday night in Philadelphia. Okay. Good luck to everybody. Have I covered everything? I think so, yeah. That's going to do it. Tomorrow morning, I'll talk to you all tomorrow morning on the Time Out Show with Andy and Jed here locally in WCSR 92.1 FM from 9 to 10 when we'll make our predictions for what that's worth tomorrow morning. We always have fun with that anyway. So until Monday, I'll simply tell you have yourselves a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I can't thank you enough. Remember to tell your friends the next subscriber will be the winner. Remember, please treat each other with respect. So until Monday, adios. So long. Take care. Bye-bye.